Up United. It's been a while I did a video. There's been a lot going on with me personally, but after that trashing yesterday, I knew I definitely had to do one. Why do I have to do one? I think a lot of people are getting carried away. Yes, United were humiliated by Liverpool 7-0, but it's just 3 points. The way I see it is just 3 points. And having watched the game, I do not think there's anything for me to be worried about. I see a lot of people saying, oh, United have been brought back down to earth and this and that. Come on. United is still having one of its best seasons that it's ever had in years. We have won a trophy. We are performing better than Liverpool, Chelsea, I dare say even Man City. So what's there to be sad about? Yes, we I think that match was freakish in many ways. Because, like Gary Neville rightly said, I do not think Man United lost that match because we were totally outplayed by Liverpool. I think we lost that match because our players just did not turn up. And Liverpool had a lot of things that everything was just going Liverpool's way yesterday. They had 8 shots on target, scored 7. That doesn't happen often. You get normally you will be having maybe 5% conversion rates. I think that's like the average. But Liverpool had close to what 80% conversion rates. So, and then looking at a lot of their goals, there was lots of time when the balls ricocheted, bounced off a United player, fell to the foot of a Liverpool player. So everything just went perfect for them. And it's fine for them to celebrate. Is Liverpool back? Hell no. I think Liverpool has beaten Man City. They've beaten Man United. So it's fine to lose to Liverpool. I went into that match knowing that it was going to be a tough one. I was hoping that we would be able to get a draw. And if you look at the first half, we went toe to toe with Liverpool, had the better chances in the first half. Exactly. I honestly felt Rashford should have scored the opening he had from the pass from Luke Shaw. It would have been a totally different game. We went into the halftime break feeling very confident that we would come out and still progress to maybe draw or win the game. But second half, things just went from bad to worse. Players who normally performed here were sadly performing at this level. I'm talking Casemiro, Lisandro Martinez. But the thing is, we know these players are excellent players. It doesn't change or it doesn't take away from the excellent things they've done this season. I think we are still one of the best teams in the league this season and across Europe. Come on, it wasn't how many weeks ago we were knocking out Barcelona, who are leading the Spanish La Liga by I think almost 9-10 points over Real Madrid, who also beats or humiliated Liverpool in their own backyard. So that's football. Crazy shit happens. And one thing I believe is that, as with life and as with most things, you learn most from your failures. And I think that the biggest lessons we would have learned all across this season would have been from games like this. The 7-0 against Liverpool, the 4-0 against Brentford. These are games that will teach us a lot of valuable lessons. And knowing the kind of coach Ten Hag is, I'm not worried in any sense of the word. I think we need to put some respect on Ten Hag's name. If there's anything that gladdens my heart, is that this will not happen again this season. Ten Hag would have seen where the lapses were yesterday, and he will fix them in training. Already there were news coming out that they could hear him shouting at the players and letting them know that such level of performance is unacceptable at Man United, and if this repeats itself, they would not play under him for the club. And that's just the way it has to be. And that's why I love Ten Hag. He puts his foot down, and the players know that this guy is serious when he says, if you fuck up, you will not play for this club anymore. So I'm not worried. I think Ten Hag would have learned from the mistakes he made in that match, and we will see improvements. We already won a trophy. We are still competing for two more trophies. Some people will say 3, but like I've always said, I do not think Man United are title challengers. You get, I didn't go into the season thinking we would challenge for the title, so I wouldn't now say, I think we are. I still don't think it. I feel like in terms of the EPL, Man City and Arsenal are still, you get, a bit above us, and it's just 3 points. By the end of the season, I do not think this will still be something that will cause us headache. By the end of the season, let's say we are finishing the season now with 2 trophies, qualification for the Champions League. Come on, nobody would remember the 7-0 drubbing we just got. So yeah, and I like the fact that United fans know this. I've been on several United channels and platforms, our official page, Sky Sports, the United Stand, and the feeling I get is a feeling of, let's go, this is just a blip along the way. And that shows where we are. Last season when we got hammered 5-0 by Liverpool, it was all heads down because it was like the lowest point in an already very low season. This is the lowest point of a high flying season. So it doesn't bother me the least bit, because I know we'll bounce back. We have the players, we have the characters, we have the coach above all things. The coach to do things. Which brings me to supporting the coach. I think from January into now, it just shows what happens when the coach doesn't get the players he wants. Remember, Ten Hag wanted Gago. And I think it was ironic that Gago came back to hurt Man United. It was I think it was not news to anyone that United wanted Gago. Ten Hag was a big admirer of Gago, and he wanted this player. He had told the United hierarchy from, I think, even after the summer transfer window, that this is a player we should be earmarking for the January transfer window. January came, we were inactive, Liverpool got him, and then we got Wout Weghorst. And I think that match just showed how important it is to do what the coach says and buy the players that the coach wants. Even if it's not first choice, maybe buy second choice. Not panic buying or just buying what's available. No, buy who you want and who complements the team. A Gago in the United team and not in the Liverpool team, would they have changed the results? Honestly, I do not know. It's something we can all talk about and say maybes, what ifs, but I'm not the type to dwell on it. But yeah, that's what happens when you do not back the coach with the type of players he wants. And brings me to the sale of Manchester United. Now more than ever, I just want the Glazers out of the club. Please sell the club to Qatar. I said it. Qatar is my favorite to win the bid to buy United. Why? Come on, these guys are coming in with a boatload of money. Imagine what Ten Hag can do with an unlimited budget. If Ten Hag can perform this kind of miracles with this squad, imagine what he will do when he has the type of players he wants. Liverpool are complaining they're having a terrible season, and they're complaining about, their midfield is this, their midfield is that. Can you confidently say the Man United midfield, in terms of the players, is better than the Liverpool midfield? But look at the magic that Ten Hag is performing week in, week out. Heck, even in the last match, we could even have used the excuse that the players were fatigued. And I listened to Bruno Fernandes post-match interview, and it was perfect. They tried to give him a leeway to say, oh, is it fatigue? But he said, come on, we are top players. We are playing for a top club. We expect to be playing and competing in multiple competitions over the course of a season. That is not an excuse. Come on, that is elite mentality. If there ever was an example of one, it warmed my heart. The reaction from the players warmed my heart, and it got me thinking that the mentality is right. Now we need the personnel to carry out the vision of the coach. And in my books, the people who will do that is Qatar. Yes, there are people who are saying, oh, Qatar has this, they have this kind of history. But when Man City were being bought by the Arabs, no one said anything. When Newcastle was bought by the Arabs, no one said anything. It's Man United's turn to enjoy the largesse, the money that is flowing into football. And with the stature of our club, don't forget that a lot of these other clubs who got Arab money were nobodies. United is a strong force. Imagine what will happen with the backing of that kind of funding. I believe Ten Hag would really bring an end to the era of City and Liverpool with that type of backing. And a lot of our rival fans should be scared. Be scared. What is coming? Be really, really scared. Because if Ten Hag can do this with these players, imagine what Ten Hag would do if he has Frankie de Jong, Harry Kane. I just can't wait for a proper backing of this coach, and I hope Qatar actually succeeds in the bid to buy United, because I think it will take us up a level to where we need to be as a team. Yeah, so I just decided to drop a quick one. We lost 7-0. All hope is not lost. We are still having a great season. So all you rival fans, I've been getting a lot of messages from Arsenal fans, especially Arsenal fans. What's up? Because you people are having one good season in a blue moon, you will not let us hear word again. Let's all be calm. Don't put me into depression. You get Man U fans are still very much optimistic about the season. We have 2 back-to-back home matches to bounce back from this defeat. Real Betis in the Europa League, and then Southampton at home. I expect us to go out and pick wins in both matches, and then we'll put this 7-0 behind us, and it's on to greater things. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to become more consistent. I think what encourages me sometimes is your comments, your likes, your shares, your interaction. So if you're watching, tell me what you think about the 7-0 dropping. What should be our plan going forward? Also about the sale of Man United. What do you think? Who do you think should be buying United? Do you have a qualms against Qatar? Let me know. Do you want Sir Jim? Let me know. Or maybe your head is not okay and you want the Glazers to stay. You can also let me know. So drop your comments. I've been doing a lot of planning as to what I should do next for the Up United channel. I have a lot of ideas that I'm trying to work on, and over the next 3, 4, 5 months, there will be some changes. There will be new types of content dropping on this platform. So if you have not followed yet, please go and follow. Like the page, drop your comments, and remember, it's Up United. Ciao.